guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jackie Nyaga. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I was up to something good, something beautiful, something to benefit you guys. So today we are going to talk about due diligence when buying a property, the steps you should take, the things that you should take note of. So I have the advocate of the High Court. Her name is McKenna, but she'll introduce herself and tell you more about what she does and the kind of information she's going to give you today. So, Wakili, karibu sana, talk to your people. These are your future clients, these are prospects, these are people who need information, so take charge.
Hello out there, my name is McKenna Kinoti. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I practice in the firm of McKenna Kinoti and Company Advocates that is based in Nairobi in a building called Brussels. Basically, this is my area of practice among other areas. But when Jackie told me that she has so many clients who are struggling to understand at least the bare minimum of what they're supposed to know before they invest, I decided today to have at least a few minutes to give a few highlights of the basics, the bare minimum that you should always look at when you want to invest. Remember, this is an investment. Remember, this is where you're putting your money. So never be in a rush. Never be in a hurry to acquire any property. So due diligence, I'll touch on due diligence both when you're buying an apartment or when buying maybe undeveloped land. So, Jackie, I think you're ready. We can kick off, or there's anything you wanted to say before I start?
As a real estate agent who is an expert in the industry, I really feel and think that due diligence is a very important step that you should not skip when buying a property. It doesn't matter if you're buying a property from someone you're familiar to or familiar with. It doesn't matter, even if it's your brother or someone close, a friend. You shouldn't have too much faith or believe so much that the property is clean for you just to skip that step. So I hope the information that we are going to share today will be very helpful and will help you understand why it is very, very important to conduct due diligence before purchasing anything. So, Wakili, you can take us through step by step and we hear what you have for the people.
Thank you, Jackie. To start with, whether you're buying an apartment or you're buying undeveloped land, the first thing to look for, get the title document. Get the title to that property. First, with the title document, you're able to conduct search from the lands registry. So you'll be able to ascertain the ownership of the property. If it's an apartment, sometimes maybe where the construction is happening or where the development is happening, maybe they might be in the process of transferring. But what is important is at least you'll be able to know who is the current owner. From there now you'll be able to ascertain what are the documentation, what is, if at all there's a process of transfer, where are the documents to show or to prove that there is a transaction in the process. So one, you conduct search at the lands registry and you'll be able to know who is the current owner. Sometimes it's also good to know who was the previous owner of this land. How are you able to see this? For some registries, you're able to check. Maybe you buy something called a green card. It has the list of owners, the previous owners. But as far as the lands office is concerned, mostly they'll give you as far as the current owner, but it doesn't hurt for you to request for the previous owners. If they comply, much good. Two, it's not only the lands registry that can give you the previous owner. you can also go to the site where that property is. When you go there, you're able to interact with people around. They'll be able to tell you this property previously was owned by so and so, and especially now most developments have gone back to the areas that still we have the indigenous people there. And maybe the only difficult part could be in Nairobi, where people don't interact so much. They might not be able to know who was the previous owner. But also, you'll never miss information about something that will be able to tell you whether this is a legit title or not. Two, also, it is good to go to the site so that you're able to see how is the environment like. You can imagine yourself, you're buying property where you've never gone. Then after you buy the property, you come to realize that it's like maybe surrounded by some funny slums all around. That means insecurity at the end of the day. Also, it's good to look at how big is the place. You can imagine a small area going for so many apartments that at the end of the day, there's so much congestion. So at the end of the day, return to your investment is lower as compared to if you were able to check the place and maybe you ascertain the measurements, you're able to tell, yes, from here I'm getting value for my money. Maybe the next thing also, when you're buying undeveloped land, maybe you want to develop the land. Sometimes also you'll realize there are those who are selling and there's a process of succession. This is where when someone has died, and there's that process of now passing over this property to the beneficiaries. Sometimes beneficiaries, maybe they don't have the financial muscles, maybe to go through the process, or they have other reasons that they would want to sell this property. But don't forget, families are families. It's not every family is ever reading from the same page. So what you do, sometimes it's good also to do a search in the court registry within that area, because if it's a succession case, of course it will be filed within the area where the property is. So if you go to that registry, you'll be able to tell whether there is a court case where there are any disagreements about that land or not. Also, it's good to interact with the people around to know what kind of family you're involving yourself with. Have they agreed on whether they are selling or not?
Very important, yeah.
Yes, such that you don't find yourself in a family battle when whatever you wanted, just what you wanted was just to get yourself a piece of land.
Yeah.
And once you know the information, you're able now to look for other available land that has no much issues. For the search on title, that is the bare minimum that at least you should try and do. The next thing you can try and do, once you have identified the property, especially on the undeveloped land, it doesn't cost you much to buy the map from the Survey of Kenya. You can be able to ascertain boundaries. You can be able to tell whatever is being sold to you is not government land. At least you'll be able to tell there are no proposed government developments that at the end of the day will cost you again now to follow up for your refund. Because, for example, if now someone is selling you property where already in the map there is a proposed development of some road or a government project, so you'll end up either losing your money because getting that refund, it will not be there a walk in the park.
Very true.
Yeah. I think on the due diligence on the property, that is it. Yes, now we go to the next thing.
Due to the length of this topic, I decided to split the video into 2 parts. So the next part is in the next video. We are talking about due diligence on developed properties, that is apartments, houses, bungalows, and so on. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching.